So thank you. Welcome everybody to our Analytics Lunch and Learn, Understanding and Acting on Your Data. My name is Len O'Neal. I'm Director of Strategy and Insights here at Liquid. I oversee our digital marketing, creative, and analysis teams. With me is Nicole Casablanco. She is our digital marketing strategist and team lead in the SEO and analytics area. So we are going to walk you through all about analytics and understanding and acting on your data today. Our agenda today, talk a little bit, I'm going to walk us through a little bit of what is analytics, why is analytics important, and how do we go about implementing analytics. And I'm going to turn it over to Nicole then. She's going to get into the meat of the presentation and talking about the ROI for analytics around a lot of different ways in terms of websites, mobile applications, whether you're doing a digital marketing campaign for, with SEO or pay-per-click involved in it. So she's going to walk through a lot of examples from that to kind of really hone in on the data you should be looking at in those different scenarios. So before I get started though, this is my picture here, and this is up here for a reason. Don't want anybody to be shy. I got a few questions. I want to see a raise of hands. Who in the audience has, assuming you're all working within digital marketing and you've got a website or mobile application, but who has analytics software implemented within their organization? Okay, majority of the hands. How many of you, I'll position this correctly, how many people look at your analytics? The numbers are going down. Now for the big question, how many people actually rely on those analytics? It got even smaller. And kind of the expectation, but I wanted to get a feel for that. So with that in mind, you have a piece of paper in front of you. And it's about whether or not you want to, give us your contact information. But on the back side of it, if you could do us a favor, be really curious if we could capture from you some of your biggest challenges in using analytics. Whether it's tools you use or if it's something specific to tracking SEO or tracking activity on your website. If you could jot a couple things down, and in the meantime, I'm going to maybe call out a couple people too, or if anybody wants to share. So those who are using your analytics or relying on your analytics, anybody have a challenge or something painful to them about analytics and using it that really frustrates them? So what is analytics? Starting with analytics, it's all about discovery and reporting of meaningful patterns of data. You're looking at all this data. To Lisa's point, you've got all this data. It's really finding those meaningful patterns within the data. And then the analysis parts comes into play where you're trying to gain insights from those meaningful patterns of data. What does it all mean? And then obviously with those insights, you want to put them into action and come up with really, what are the optimal and realistic decisions you can make, recommendations you can make. And we say not just optimal, but also realistic in the sense that in many times we have a good feel. We know maybe what the right solution is, but we need that data behind it to really justify it and the right data behind it to justify that decision and that recommendation. So that's why we say optimal and realistic. And again, to my point earlier, do we even really need to ask? But certainly from an ROI perspective, you've built a new website, you build a new mobile application, you redesign your website, you need to make sure you're getting your return on investment. You want to make sure it's doing what you set out to do, whether it's driving new requests for quotes or driving new sales from an e-commerce perspective. That's where your analytics are going to be very important. And also, over time, you want to be tracking, seeing what's happening, look where opportunities, or maybe you're missing certain opportunities, you need to move some things around, change some things within that application or website so you can optimize that environment going forward and make it better and better and work better for you. And then the second big part, your audience. There's a lot to learn about your audience and what they're doing when they come to your website or your mobile application, where they came from, what they're doing once they get there, what areas of the site or application are they, traversing? Are they, bouncing from certain pages that you really need them to stay on and continue through a path? And then even answering the question of who are they? Who are these people coming to your website? So obviously, two big reasons for analytics being important in your strategy. So how do we go about implementing analytics? And what we like to say is there's, focus on what really matters. And that comes down to the right mindset, the right model, the right approach, the right tools, and the right data. From a mindset perspective, analytics isn't rocket science, but certainly a science. And a lot of times it can get muddied by a lot of misconceptions out in the industry and people talking about, what analytics is for, how to use it and stuff. So there's a couple of misconceptions we'll throw up here and just talk about, we hear a lot about analytics is just counting. And that's certainly not the case. It's about having a plan. It's about understanding and anticipating what data you're going to get from your analytics, how you're going to interpret it, and how you're going to act on it. For set it and forget it, again, this is big misconception. I mean, you cannot, and that's why I asked those questions early on about, how many people are looking at it or actually relying on it. It's not something you just put in place, put the code on your website or your application, and just wait, for things to happen, check every 2 months. Oh, look, traffic's going up. It's not what it's about. It's making sure, you're looking at it on a regular basis. You're trying to find those patterns in data and stuff, and getting insight from that. It's all about getting more traffic. I think everybody in this room would agree we're well past that. In the early days of analytics, I think that was the big focus. Everybody was like, oh, traffic went up 10%, yay, but it's more about conversion these days and making sure you're driving people to that action you need within your application or on your website, and tracking that and trying to enhance it. Analytics systems give you the whole picture. Again, it's a great tool, but it's part of your bigger arsenal. You want to have that analytics system in place, make sure you're tracking and getting that data you need. But there's other sources out there in terms of, you may have, within your business, you may have audience and market research. You may have done surveys and other things. So it's making sure you're looking at the whole picture, and not just that analytics data. And numbers don't lie. And I'll simply say in response to that, just numbers don't tell the whole story. Again, back to that whole picture thing. There's a lot going on. We certainly want to find those trends and those patterns in your meaningful data from your analytics platform, but there's probably other data within your organization you need to be aware of and know about with your audience and other things in your market and what's happening in your marketplace that all ties together to help you paint that bigger picture. So having the right model. So in this instance, this is really, having the right model is all about really kind of growing the use and value of your analytics platform, your analytics system within your organization. It's about being on or getting you on the path to where analytics is part of your corporate strategy. So we work with a lot of clients and handle analytics for a lot of clients. Some of them early stages, we're helping them develop their KPIs, understanding their goals and objectives, and getting things in place for them to be able to manage and get their analytics right going forward. There's others where maybe we're still in that basic reporting phase and we're helping them to track certain things and look for some meaningful data to help improve things, where there's others where we're all the way up to the e-marketing and looking at our commerce customers and looking at a lot of what's happening with people coming in through the funnels of the commerce and the buying process, and really trying to understand the lifetime value of customers that come to the website or the mobile application. So, but the key is making sure we're getting them on the path to being analytics being part of the really the corporate strategy. So can anybody in here want to put up their hand and say that they feel like analytics is at that stage in their organization? No. Okay. Not surprised. I mean, it's as you can see by everything up here, there's a lot to do to kind of really get it to that point, but it's important. You really want it, to Jim's example, I mean, it gets to the point where it has to be that prevalent and that tied into everything you're doing and your strategic thinking, not just for that product, but for your overall business. So having the right approach, and this diagram just kind of shows how we go about more from a micro level project, product development level, where we're developing a new website or a new mobile application. This kind of just shows you a little bit of our approach to really coming up with the key performance indicators for that website or application. Early in our product development process, we'll work with clients and go through the goals and objectives and get those established, and those help us determine what the critical success factors are. And then with our knowledge of the back-end analysis platform and what data we can pull from that and what metrics we can set up, those all combine to help us develop the key performance indicators going forward on a project. Having the right tools. I don't recommend cutting your pizza with a saw. But it's all about obviously having, from a data collection standpoint, certainly you want your Google Analytics or your Adobe Analytics, which used to be Omniture, which used to be Site Catalyst, and still goes by all three of those names. But having that main analytics platform in place to capture that data you need from your website or your mobile app. Google AdWords is another place to get data, and there's a lot of analysis tools through Google Webmaster Tools, all the way down through social media monitoring tools like Radian6 and others that allow you to kind of track and keep tabs on what your business or what people are saying about your business in the marketplace, and lots of elements around that. So lots of tools out there to help you from a data collection and analysis standpoint. It's key to make sure you have the right tools. And finally, having the right data. And really by right data, what it comes down to, we like to say having meaningful data. And again, it's going back to that, finding those those trends, those patterns in your data, and bringing insight to them, and really getting meaning out of them, and looking at the right ones to make sure you're making the right decisions.